by the slingshot around as we come down to the start-finish line, and it's going to be Olinger and Evans. 2 seconds, 1 second. Mark! Going to be a good start, and it's Brian Olinger leading the way from lane number 2, but DJ Miller's to his inside. Another also a good start for Taylor Evans. Not such a good start for Mickey Washburn as he get down to lane number 1, or to turn number 1. It's going to be DJ Miller with the lead. As they exit turn number 1, it's Miller, Olinger. Now it's a three-way scrum we start lap number 2, and it's DC. Presents that leading the way. Second, Brian Olinger and the Miss Presley May. Third, going to be U9 Miss Coca-Cola of Mickey Washburn. Between Miller and Olinger, but Olinger hanging tough there on the outside. As they head down the back straightaway, going to be a battle of who can fly these boats. And now Ollinger's going to pull even between himself and DJ Miller, but no, Miller has just enough speed to hold on to that lead. They are way close together. Heading down the back stretch, they are nearly touching. Heading into the SeaWorld turn, and Olinger going to lose a couple of boat lengths from Miller. Make that now half a rooster tail between Miller and Olinger as we start the final lap of Heat 1B. It's Miller with the lead, Olinger trying to take it away. We start the final lap, it's a third of a boat length of ground, but not making up a lot of ground either. See, down the backstretch, it's a full boat length, but Olinger will be able to pull that advantage. But now he's got to decide, does he want to risk it for the win or take the 300 points and move on to the second flight? Ollinger's looking for 400 points as they head down the back straightaway. Miller trying to take him out wide. They head into the SeaWorld turn with Olinger back by half a rooster tail. It's going to be Miller that's going to hold on to this, I think, as they exit the SeaWorld turn and head down the start-finish line straight away. One more time for Olinger. Can he take that lead away as they head to the start-finish line? Buoy, it's going to be DJ Miller. DC presents Dev, holds on, takes 400 points. Brian Olinger, Miss Presley May will get 300. Mickey Washburn takes 220. Finish line at 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark! Good score up, or good start, and it's Connor Harnack that's going to lead the way from lane number 3. But look at Harley Gray on a charge. They're on the inside of the U29. They head into turn number 1. They're going to trap Owen Henderson in the tunnel, and Henderson immediately gets launched to the outside. And look at that, it's going to be Harley Gray and the U29 Dangerous Age taking the lead in the piston-powered U29. He will extend it by a rooster tail as Harnack has the lead, has second. Looking to try to take that lead away, and he's got a decent bit of speed there on the outside. Gonna need a little bit more to start lap number 2. It's Gray, Harnack, Henderson, and Van Leeuwen holding on to it through the SeaWorld turn and coming to the white flag for one more time around. It's a 3/4 of a rooster tail advantage between Gray and Harnack for the win in Heat 3A. Third is Owen Henderson. And Harnack is going to almost pull even as he's dug into almost the entirety of that lead. But now as we go to the wide shot, it now shows it's about a third of a rooster tail between the U29 and the U17. Harnack has gotten a lot of speed there, and it is now deck to deck between the U17 and the U29. It's going to be a battle of who can get off turn number 2 the best. As they head through the SeaWorld turn, Harley Gray going to pull out a couple of boat lengths. He'll pull out a boat length, and that might just be enough to take the win. And Harley Gray, he's now being shown in the second spot as Connor Harnack going to take the win by a third of a rooster tail. Not by a third of a rooster tail, a third of a Sponson tip. A great run for Connor Harnack. To get to the start line first. Actually, as I say that, Scott Przybylski might get there first. You're 2 seconds, 1 second, mark. And it's going to be Neil Dismayne that gets there for lane number 3, or for lane number 4, sorry. He gets away first, and he's going to get down to turn number 1 in the first spot. But he's got Nick Kish to his inside that he's going to have to contend with off the corner as they head down the backstretch for the first time. And Kish briefly had the spot, but Neil Dismayne is going to take it away. It is Dismayne on the in the middle. On the outside is Kish, or to the inside is Kish. To the outside is Olinger. As we start lap number 2, it's Dismayne in first. Nick Kish has dropped back to third, and second is Brian Olinger. But Scott Przybylski there on the inside. Dismayne as we get ready to start the final lap. But now Olinger back to third with Nick Kish on that inside line, able to get into the second spot. But now Olinger takes it away as we start the final lap. It's Dismayne in the lead, Olinger second, and Kish in third as they head into turn number 1. Olinger wasn't even supposed to be in this race, and he is agonizingly close them both as they head into the corner. One more chance for Brian Olinger as they head through turn number 2. Dismayne has the spot. It is about 3/4 of a rooster tail between the two. It's going to be a drag race to the start-finish line. Who is going to pick up the golden ticket to the Connie? And it's going to be Neil Dismayne that picks it up, but it was close. We're at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. It is a good start. We're underway at McCully Chiropractic Heat 4C. And Cy Bowen from lane number 2 has the lead, but here comes, he's going to have challengers on either side of him. Bo Rarig on the outside, and the U75 DC presents Def of DJ Miller on the inside as they head into the Belle Isle turn for the first time. Nearly a Jay Ayler triple-decker as they come through turn number 1. With Bowen has the lead, they drop Rarig off the back. Bowen is pulling away there in lane number 2. They head down to Rooster Tail turn for the first time. Here, remember, we go 5 times around in McCully Chiropractic Heat 4C, and look at all the space DJ Miller picked up there on the water as we start lap number 2 with Cy Bowen in the lead. Here they come into turn number 1. DC presents Steph, slides out wide. He's going to push Cy Bowen wide, and DJ Miller going to take the lead away in McCully Chiropractic Heat 4C. But is that going to be temporary? As Miller has the lead, but Cy Bowen is still out there on the outside, and that's going to gain that U75 a couple of tenths there on the water. But Cy Bowen, that piston-powered hydroplane there on the outside, has a lot of speed and is able to hold on to the speed, to the momentum he's built up. But now the U75 starts to pull away. It's now about a third of a rooster tail between the U17 and the U75. These 9.5-mile-an-hour winds probably playing a factor, though, into how this race is so tight. As DJ Miller has the spot, trying to hold on to it from Cy Bowen as we start lap number 4, McCully Chiropractic Heat 4C. It is Bowen in second. Once again, Cy Bowen in the U17. Crimmins has the lead. Nearly puts that boat on its lid, but holds on to it. Those 9.5 mile an hour winds are really giving these boats trouble down this back straightaway as Cy leads into the Rooster Tail turn. DJ Miller, though, has the inside lane as the white flag is out one more time around in McCully Chiropractic Heat 4C. Miller in second. In DC Resent Steps first continues to be Cy Bowen in the U17 Crimmins. DJ Miller, or TJ Swinsky continues in fourth. Bo Rarig is in third, but Miller has the inside line. Will have the opportunity to take the lead away into the Belle Isle turn. Miller holds tight to the buoys. Gonna push Cy Bowen to the outside and now gets the lead by a boat length over Bowen in the U17 Crimmins. Now you ride along that U17 Crimmins. He's got the U75 to his inside as they hit the dog leg, heading down towards the Rooster Tail turn for the final time. Who has got the speed and who's going to be brave on that canard to get the win here in McCully Chiropractic Heat 4C? Into the final turn we go. DJ Miller is going to sneak ahead. Cy Bowen's going to have one last opportunity. It'll be a drag race down to the start-finish line, and it's going to be DJ Miller winning McCully Chiropractic Heat 4C. Cy Bowen going to be second. Third. Turn number 2 is going to be at 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It was even worse that time. Gray and Wolf both jumped the start. Eldon Sam's got across first. Not a lot of boat speed. That's going to be Owen Henderson and the U33 Henderson Racing picking up the lead and is already extending by a Rooster Tail over himself and Eldon Sam. Help as we start the second lap. Henderson Racing in the lead. Owen Henderson, Eldon Sam second. Miss Basin the race for 4th and 5th. And with those two boats still racing, that means the water is not as clean as you would expect if you were the leader, as these two boats having that almighty scrap for 4th, with Harley Gray there to the inside, Firewolf racing to the outside. But Firewolf has the speed, going to hold on to 4th for now as they go through the turn, but Harley Gray pulls up tight next to Greg Wolf, but behind them, Owen Henderson and Eldon Sams makes their way through Rooster Tail turn to start the final lap, with Owen Henderson leading the way in the U33, Eldon Sams second, and Miss Bates him down as Sams comes through the Belle Isle turn. He's going to make that turn nice and wide. Whereas Owen Henderson, he looks like he was going away, but the dirty water has caught up to him, and now Eldon Sams goes flying by on the outside. He's going to have the lead as they head to the Detroit Yacht Club, but it's going to matter about who can get through the Rooster Tail turn cleanly. Eldon Sams has the lead. Owen Henderson wants it. They go through the Rooster Tail turn. Owen Henderson pulls back in front. It's going to be a drag race to the start-finish line buoy, and it's going to be Owen Henderson. Owen Henderson, and it wasn't by much. Hold up. They're going to hit it at 8. We should be good for a start here as we are at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark! Good start, and we are underway in Heat 1A in the Apple Cup. And it's Tyler Sams in the U0. Bisnos Energy leading the way. He's got a great start on everyone else, and he's going to get down to turn number 1 first. Second place is going to be Matt Johnson and Matt Johnson Design, but third, close to the U88, but stays off him. It's 4 pretty lanes there, right behind the U0, who's out in lane number 4. We're down the backstretch for the first time. Presley May is in a 3-boat battle for second. Matt Johnson on the outside. Scott Prisbilski there on the inside. DC presents Steph. DJ Miller did not get a good start. He's there in the preferred lane, lane number 1, but he is back in 5th. But Tyler Sams Miss Nos Energy continuing to lead the way by half a Rooster Tail as we go into turn 2 for the first time. He's got 3 boats to his inside. The Miss Presley May is gaining a little bit. It's half a Rooster Tail now as they are in echelon formation heading to start lap number 2. It's Tyler Sams leading the way, Brian Olinger in second, Scott Prisbilski third, DJ Miller in fourth. Off turn number 1, but here comes Scott Prisbilski in lane number 2. The piston power in the Mr. Pringles got a little bit more top speed as they are deck to deck to deck. Heading down the backstretch on lap number 2. DC presents Deb getting dropped there, back there. You see him in the picture on the lower side of your screen as the Miss Presley May now has the lead, but it's Scott Prisbilski who will have the shorter way around into turn number 2. They head into the corner with Miss Presley May leading. Tyler Sams holding on tight, but Scott Prisbilski still in there. He's going to have a good shot off this corner as we start the final lap. It's 3 boats under a blanket. Miss Presley May leading the way, Mr. Pringles in second, Miss Nos Energy in third. This is your battle for the win in the first heat of the season as we head to turn number 1. There's Miss Presley May. It's half a Rooster Tail between him and Mr. Pringles. Turbine versus Piston into turn number 1, looking like a race from the 80s as we head into the corner. Look at all that speed the U86 picks up in the corner. Now down the back stretch, they're deck to deck again. Mr. Pringles. But you can see there, Miss Presley May, a lot more speed off the corner by the virtue of being on the outside. But these are long straightaways here at Chelan. The U8 is not out of this race yet. Mr. Pringles still there on the inside as we head into turn number 2. Who's going to get the best corner as we head out the turn? As we head into the turn, rather, Miss Presley May has it. Here comes Prisbilski on the inside, heading to the start-finish line. It's going to be a drag boat race. Who's going to pick up the win in Heat 1A? It's going to be Scott Prisbilski is how we'll call it. Scott Prisbilski wins in the U86, Mr. Pringles. Brian Olinger is in second. So they're going to review the commitment buoy, but meanwhile we are 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark! It's a good start, and David Johnson, his only heat of the night, he hit the start well. He is going to lead the way into turn number 1 with Burgess there in a second.
Rooster tail of each other. They're keeping it tight between all 3 of these drivers, and Gervais is gonna start making progress on Burgess here.
Gervais and Burgess are deck to deck heading down the back stretch, but they are still down the front stretch. Sorry, as we start lap number 2, they are still within a Rooster Tail of David Johnson. We've got 3 boats under a blanket heading into turn number 1 with the 1890 leading the way, but Gervais and Burgess still deck to deck. Gervais is going to have second though by about a third of a boat length.
They are so close. We have 3 boats, and they are starting to pull David Johnson too. We have a 3-boat race for the lead, Daryl, and it's going to get real tight here. Burgess has not been giving Gervais a lot of room here. Let's see how they navigate this corner. Oh, Gervais is able to keep his composure, and they're still side by side, Daryl.
As we start 3A, we have a Jay Ayler triple-decker as we start the final lap, and Mackay Burgess has the lead by about a third of a Rooster Tail over both. He starts to stretch it out as they head into turn number 1. The 91 is in the lead, 20 is in second, 1890 is in third, but it is anyone's race. Oh, and the inside boats both fly out. The 1890 goes over, and Burgess has the lead.
Burgess is the only one to walk away without incident there, and this is his race to lose now. Unfortunate incident between David Johnson and Gervais. Gervais still on the water in second. We're going to see what the officials are going to have to say about that. But meanwhile, out front it's going to be Mackay Burgess with a huge Heat 3A victory.
Mackay Burgess may have just won his way into the final with Cody Gervais in second. You're at 8 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark! Gonna be a good start with Jason Neves leading the way, but a whole lot of boat speed to their outside with Levi Collie out there in lane number 5. He's gonna try to get the sweep around. He's actually gonna get down here first as Francis Ranella drifts out into the Rooster Tail. Collie's in 3. That's gonna put Ranella in the tunnel, but he has to drift out to the outside a little bit. That's going to give the advantage to Jason Neves as we end lap number 1. The distance is a boat length between the 27 and the 4. The fight for the lead is on as they head to turn number 1. Neves has lane number 1. He's going to extend it now to half a rooster tail, but Collie not giving up as they head down the back stretch.
Great discipline by Collie. He left just enough room for Manella there. Very clean on his part, but Neves has extended his lead out to a half rooster tail length lead, but I think Collie's got more top end speed, and Neves hit a few rolls. Here comes Collie on the outside as they go into turn 3.
Deck to deck into turn number 2. Collie has the lead briefly, but Neves takes it away. He's going to sneak out by a boat length as they head to the white flag. One more lap to go, and Jason Neves looking for career heat win number 1. But Collie's got the boat speed. Collie led that lap as we start the final lap here in Miami. It's Collie, it's Neves. Who's going to get it as they head to turn 1? It's going to be Collie. He's got the spot, but Neves holds on to it, and they are deck to deck. Payne taking him to the backstretch.
Just about made contact, and they are deck to deck here in the backstretch. Who has a more top end speed? It's been Collie the last 2 laps. Neves has been hitting a few rough wakes. Collie's gonna put his nose out front as they enter the final turn. They'll bring him to the start finish line.
Collie's got the advantage. Neves is the shortest way around. They almost touch exiting turn number 2. It's gonna be a drag boat race heading down to turn number 1. Who's gonna get the win here in Heat 2B? It's Collie. It's Collie!
Wow.
Collie takes it! 17 as they come off the start-finish line. And for the first time in 2022-2023, let's turn them loose! Uncleanly, everyone makes it through, and Pete Lacasse has the lead as we head down the backstretch for the first time. Remember, we go 5 times around, but the U20 Lumar window film is there, and here comes Collie Gervais. He's got a whole lot of boat speed down the back straightaway. They are deck to deck, heading to turn number 2 for the first time tonight. The first win of the season is on the line, and it's going to be the U20 that has the lead, but it's a shorter way around for the U71. Miss Dunn's Famous, presented by Local 144, has the lead off turn number 2 and extends it by half a rooster tail, but Collie Gervais has got this boat set up to make runs on the outside as we start lap number 2. Third is the Miss Basin's Disposal. Battle for fourth is on between Jason Drowski and Jonathan Spittler. But we stay with the battle for the lead, heading to turn number 1. Collie Gervais is hanging there on the outside. The U71 leads in and can push that U20 out a little bit, and it's extended the lead for Pete Lacasse. It's now a full rooster tail between the U71 and the U20. Eldon Sams holding on to third. He's a man on his own island as you ride along with him. He has over 2 rooster tails. Collie Gervais is there. He's going to lose a couple of boat lengths by virtue of being on the outside, but he's got the speed there to hold with Pete Lacasse as we start the championship laps. Lap number 4 goes on to the board, and it's Pete Lacasse in first, Collie Gervais in second. Third is Eldon Sams. Fourth. One more time around for the U71. Miss Dunn's Famous, presented by Local 144, has the lead as we start the final lap. White flag in the air one more time around for Pete Lacasse. Gervais in second, Sams in third. Between the U20 and the U71, as Collie Gervais is letting it all hang out now. Can he catch the U71? And can he make a good turn through turn number 2 to make it into a race? As Pete Lacasse comes through turn number 2, he comes off the turn looking for the checkered flag, and Pete Lacasse in Miss Dunn's Famous, presented by Local 144, is going to win the Apple Cup. Second is going to be Collie Gervais.